Hey guys, it's Kara from thatbeautyaddict.info. How do you bronze and blush? I'm going to show you how I do it MAC style using MAC Cosmetics. So let's get started. So this is MAC's newest bronzer. This is the Skinfinish Matte Deep Golden Bronzer. And look at the case it comes in. Isn't that beautiful? It's like gold. So this is how I bronze. I actually like to get a shade that's a little darker than my skin tone. I am tan right now, but I got something a little bit darker because some people like to dust it all over their face, which if that was the case, I would go lighter. I like to go darker and use it as contour. So this is how I bronze, and I do it all year round. Go in there with my brush, and I put it on my cheekbone. And the reason why I put it on my cheekbone rather than underneath is because as we age, your cheeks drop. So you don't want your blush and your bronzer down here or your contour. I go right on my cheekbone with my bronzer. I'm gonna do this side too. And I like to do like a tapping motion and get it on there. So I put it up there. Then I like to go in because my face is not an oval face, and that's what we want to achieve when we do any kind of contouring on the face. My face is kind of like an inverted triangle, or somebody said it was square, but my jawline isn't full enough to be a traditional square face. My face is more like an inverted triangle. So you want to go in and soften those hard lines. So that's what I'm going to do here. Go on my forehead and get rid of that hard line right here. And once again, I do the tapping motion. I did my cheeks. Now I like to do the sides of my nose. Do the side of my nose like this. A little bit across the tip, like the bridge part of my nose, a little bit there, and a little bit across my tip. Then I go down here to soften where my jaw is, like this. And then I just take whatever's left on my brush, blend it into my neck. That's how I bronze. Isn't that nice? Now, how do I blush? So this is MAC's Skinfinish Colourstruck blush, and it's in the Thanks It's MAC shade. So this is the shade, and I'm going to go in and blush. And how do I blush? I go right above my cheekbone because, like I said, as we age, the cheekbone, everything falls. So I go further up. It's a more youthful look. I go right above my cheekbone with my blush. And I do the same thing over here. Just like that. Then I take whatever's left on the brush and I just put a little bit right here on my nose. Kind of gives it that sun-kissed look. And that's how I bronze on my blush. What do you think? And then if you want, you can go in with a highlighter. And if you're going to highlight, I would do right here, my highlight, right there, a little bit right here, maybe a little bit above my eyebrows. I already highlighted under my eyebrows. I would do a little bit here and a little bit here. Down the center of my nose, but mostly right there on the end of my tip, right here on the right above the Cupid's bow, those two lines right there. It's always nice to emphasize that. Maybe a little bit here, a little bit there in the center of my chin, and right here under where you contour. It makes everything lift up. But we're not talking about highlighting today. But I just figured I'd throw it out there if somebody was wondering, well, where would you highlight? But this is how I bronze, and this is how I blush. I use my bronzer more for contouring. And I always go maybe a shade or two darker than my skin tone to get that more contoured look. And if you were going to just dust it all over your face like a setting powder just to give an all-over bronze, then you want to go with something that either matches or even something slightly lighter than your skin. That way, when your oils come in, it's going to darken anyway, so you don't want it to be too dark all over. You might want to go a shade lighter and just dust it over your face just for a little bit of color. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share my video. It's greatly appreciated when you do. I'm going to put all my information down below, as well as the colors that I used on my face. And if you're interested in buying all these products, you can get them off my Club Mac link. I am a Mac Cosmetics affiliate, and Club Mac is the program that I'm with. So I'll put my Club Mac link below, and you can purchase the blush as well as the bronzer there, as well as any other products you might need. And also, too, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions and you need help picking out colors or color matching. Just reach out to me. I'd love to help you with that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope you're having a lovely day. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.